Welcome to the Manifest Your Career podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Norma Reyes, a Latina career and life coach. With this podcast, I help successful women learn how to combine their intuition and logic so that they can manifest their dream career. By listening to my podcast, you'll learn how to go from feeling stuck and lost on what to do next to having the clarity, motivation, and strategies to manifest the career of your dreams. Each episode, I'll teach you the skills, strategies, and mindset you need, girl, to get in alignment with your career goals. Now let's go ahead and get started.
Yeah, definitely. So I am originally from the Rio Grande Valley. I grew up in a small border town, specifically called Palmview, Texas. And I actually ended up being the first in my family to pursue a higher education. I attended a Title I school and come from a low income background. And I got the opportunity to really attend a 4-year university, attend the University of Texas at Austin, and then pursue a higher education with the Johns Hopkins University. Yeah, definitely. A Title I school is a school that is usually located in marginalized communities, and often students from disenfranchised communities attend Title I schools. And it usually in Title I schools is where students receive federal free and reduced lunch, and also sometimes students may be at risk, maybe and may come from low income households. So. Mhm. Yeah, when I was young, I would tell people, I don't know, just based on my own personal experiences, as I mentioned before, being the first in my family to graduate from college and even living in a marginalized community, I always had a passion to serve, and I wanted to be in a field where I was supporting and uplifting communities and really wanted to be a servant leader. Initially, I wanted to be in public policy, and I got the opportunity to do some public policy work, but then my background ended up being in education and then career development, career and leadership development. Yeah, I would say career role models would be my parents, first and foremost. They came to the US and they they really wanted us to pursue that American dream. And just seeing their resiliency and how much they work. And even though it got difficult sometimes, they did not give up because they wanted to make sure that we had the best opportunities we had. And for me, they were always one of the role models I looked up to. And even to this day, my family are migrant workers, and currently my dad is actually going to be finishing up and coming back home, and just seeing his ethic, how hard he works and never gives up, is really a source of inspiration. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Definitely. Yeah. So attending, as I mentioned earlier, I attended Title I school. I come from a low SES background, socioeconomic status background. And even though I graduated, in the top 2% of my class, I thought I was prepared. I thought I had an education that had prepared me to attend a 4-year university to go to UT Austin. However, when I was there, I realized that I was not prepared. I didn't have the education that most of my peers really had, the quality of education, and I struggled. I remember getting my first D, and I could not believe that. I thought that it was the end of the world and I had failed, but it was a realization that even though I didn't get, the same access to an equitable education and quality education, that wasn't going to stop me from pursuing what I wanted to do and definitely graduate. So it was difficult at first. There was a lot of challenges. However, I said to myself that I wasn't going to give up and I was going to finish what I started. And I definitely looked into different resources and opportunities that would help me grow and even get into the liberal arts honors program at UT Austin and graduate with honors. So grade wise, my freshman year actually was, I remember getting a 2.9 GPA and I could not believe it. I was like, I had been a 4.0 student my entire life. But I was amazed that by the following semester, my second year and moving forward, I ended up getting, 4.0s and I couldn't believe it, but it was because of my work ethic and my dedication and determination to prove myself that I could do it. So, hmm 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 yeah. hmm Yeah. hmm hmm Yeah, I got a master's in education. After graduating from UT Austin, I pursued a program called Teach for America. And Teach for America is a 2-year program where core members are placed in a disenfranchised community and they teach at a Title I school for 2 years. And through that program, I got the opportunity to participate in one of Johns Hopkins master's program. And it was great because it was actually virtual. And it was the same curriculum in program requirements as it would have been an in-person master's coursework. But at the same time, I could continue working full time and apply the work that I was doing into my master's program. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, some of my career interests had been in consulting and also in public policy and women's health. Those were some of my like top three career interests overall, but I felt like I wanted to be in a field where I could continue giving back to the community, but at the same time helping others move forward, and whether it was in their careers or pursuing their dreams or aspirations. hmm so I ended up going into education. Like I mentioned, I did Teach for America, and I was in the classroom for about several years. But even though I was in education, I realized that my career interests, there was some interconnectedness. There was some connection because I was still able to do some of the support others in their development, other teachers, and then also support families in terms of letting them know of different resources that they had access to, especially in advocating for their child's education. And even throughout my career as an educator, I sought roles where I led teams and I supported the development of new teachers as well. And that was something that I really fell in love with. And then I became an instructional coach. And being an instructional coach, I helped develop teachers and their pedagogy, and got the opportunity to lead professional development. And I came to realize that really supporting other individuals' growth and also not being a gatekeeper, but a door opener was something that I really fell in love with, and it became a passion of mine. hmm 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 Yeah. hmm hmm So after being an instructional coach, I actually took some time. That's when I had my daughter, Amelia, and I had her actually in the middle of the pandemic, actually the beginning of the pandemic in April of 2020. And that really gave me the opportunity to reflect and think about what was going to be the next step for me. Over the years, I had supported two people in terms of providing resume building, career coaching, and interview preparation, and even LinkedIn optimization. And I wanted to do something that really focused on career and leadership development. And that's when I really decided to, why not just begin being my own consulting firm? And then that's when I decided to launch Be Empowered Consulting. It gave me the opportunity to really focus on Be Empowered Consulting and providing a transformative experience and offering key tools such as career coaching, resume building, and interview preparation, and really focusing on working with the ambitious professional women who are searching for strategies to get to the next level in their careers. So that was something that I was doing. And then a great opportunity also came along unexpectedly, which was I ended up being a talent partner for a a growing charter school here in the San Antonio and Austin area. Mhm. Yeah, I mean, I was, as I was working with Be Empowered Consulting, I also saw different opportunities, and I really, I applied one time, and then, I went from, the first interview stage to the second, and then at first I realized that I wasn't gonna get it, but when I got the call that I had received, that I had gotten the position, then I was excited. I was like, okay, I didn't realize I got it, but it was a it was an exciting opportunity, and now it's been a great experience. Also, being a talent partner, since I partner up with hiring managers and oversee and support the hiring and selection process, and really also the culture building of the organization. Mm-hmm. Thank you. Hmm. Yeah, I would say some networking tips. It would be really to focus on building authentic relationships. That is important when you are, let's say, in an event, whether it's in person or virtual. It's really important to develop authentic relationships that you will know that there's that potential to grow, and also not focusing on the number of people you meet, but really focusing on the people that are in, whether it's in a room in person or virtual, since now we're moving into a hybrid model. But really understanding who's there, who's present, and seeing if they align to your values, the interests that you have. And also not just when you meet in people in a networking event, not just letting that be the only opportunity, but really going beyond that, and reaching out afterwards. So that those are some important networking tips to keep in mind. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah. Hmm. Oh yeah. Yeah, I would say really not to be afraid to ask for what you want. And that's something that initially I felt like, oh, well, I thought to myself, if I work hard, people are going to see. If really following the expectations and my responsibilities, people are going to notice. Yes, they may notice, but if you don't ask for what you want, you're not going to go to the next level. And whether it's in your career or your professional goals. I remember having a mentor telling me, like, you need to ask for what you want, and you need to make sure that they're paying you for what you're worth. And I remember going into the first time when I told my manager that I needed a promotion. And I didn't just come there and say, "Oh, I need a promotion." No, I actually explained why. I prepared myself and gathered all the data, all the work I had done, but most importantly, the results I had produced and the impact I had within my team, within the organization I was in. And because of that, I received the promotion and a salary increase. Mhm. Mhm. Yeah. Mhm. Mhm. Yeah. It was the gathering the impact and then understanding, really asking for either the promotion and also a raise. Mhm. I would say influential experiences would be I remember one time when I was actually working in DC. I was a US congressional intern and I got the opportunity to attend a press conference and I saw Obama speak. And I would say I was about, 300 feet away or so. And that was such an inspiring moment for me. Thinking, I was, a Latina from the Rio Grande Valley, working in DC and being in any room where the president was speaking was very influential and so inspiring. And it's something that I will always remember and hold dear to my heart, and especially seeing that Michelle Obama is such an empowering woman. And even though I didn't get to see her, but Obama was there speaking, that was very inspiring. Mm-hmm. Definitely. Um, I would say there had been some programs when I was a recent college graduate. There was some programs that I had applied to, and I had gotten rejected, and it didn't work out. But I am grateful. I feel like I had planned out what I wanted to do in life. I thought that, okay, I'm going to do, XYZ. It's going to be great. I'm going to move up the ladder. I'm going to be, going up in a straight line and I'm going to become successful. I was wrong. What I had planned for did not work out, and it's totally fine. Now I realize everyone thinks that there's a linear progression in careers, and that's not the case. I got experience in the public sector and I was in policy and education. Now I'm in talent acquisition and I'm focused also in career and leadership development. And I've come to realize that the experiences or that sometimes the plans we make and don't work out are one of the best opportunities we have. We just have to really look into the value of those opportunities that we get and how we can use our strengths to really continue to push ourselves and work towards achieving professional goals that we create as we're moving along. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. 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 Oh yeah. I agree on that. 100%. Yeah, I mean, also too, like so one thing I realized too is there's no there there is no reason why anyone should rush. At first, I felt like, okay, I need to do this, and have it complete. No, I would be rushing and achieving goals and making sure I got into different opportunities. But now I've realized, like, in different moments in my life, I was comparing myself to others, and that is what sometimes hindered me. And also, I came to realize there's no reason why people should compare themselves to others. Everyone has unique strengths and talents, and there is a time and purpose. And as long as we are working and towards our goals or making some sort of progress, everything will fall into place. And there is no reason why anyone should rush. And that's something that I've learned as well. Mm-hmm. 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 Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that would be great. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would say really focus in making some space and reflecting of what are some strengths and skills that they bring to the table, and really look at what are some interests and passions, and then aligning it to possible fields of and especially if they haven't tried, let's say an example like the health field sector or consulting, and really just being open, having an open mind. And I feel like when individuals have an open mind, that can lead to different opportunities that will help others grow and really develop. Mhm. That's a good question. A career advice I would have given to my younger self would be not to rush, just to have patience. That's something that being a type A person and trying to be a perfectionist and a go getter, I'm always on the go. I'm like, okay, so what's next? Let's do this. My husband, Martin, he's like, you are so ambitious. You need to kind of take a pause. And it's true. So I would say, don't rush things. Take it, day by day, and really look at your victories and really see where you want to go from there. There's no reason to rush, because as long as you're working towards your goals and making progress, things will fall into place, and even opportunities and doors will open up. Yeah, one way I overcome obstacles or challenges is whenever I question myself and my abilities. Something I've learned and advice I actually took from a mentor that I really look up to is really challenging my thoughts, because our mind is so powerful. And if we end up believing into those negative thoughts and giving into, then, you know, we're going to have roadblocks. We're going to have mental blocks. And I feel for me, challenging my thoughts has helped me so much, especially when I start feeling like, oh, I'm not qualified, or I don't know if I can do this. When I challenge my own thoughts, that has helped me and cleared up my mind and really work to prove myself wrong and make sure that I am, I even do better. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I would say I created an amazing resource, which is a powerful action verb list. As I mentioned earlier, with Be Empowered Consulting, is I support ambitious women who are in the middle of transitioning or moving on to the next level in their careers through resume building, LinkedIn optimization, and interview prep. And there is also on my Instagram account, Be Empowered Consulting, there is a resource where they can get a free, powerful action verb list. So that's just a great resource to use when anyone needs to update a resume or is working on their resume to submit a new job application for an opportunity. Yes, through Instagram or the website beempoweredconsulting.com. Thank you so much. Thank you for having me. I enjoyed getting the opportunity to talk to you.
Thank you for listening to the Manifest Your Career podcast with me, your host, Dr. Norma Reyes, a Latina career and life coach.